Ever stop to wonder about the digital wallets of history's greatest minds? I mean, picture this: Isaac Newton, the guy who practically invented gravity and laid the foundation for classical mechanics, scrolling through his phone, checking the price of Tether? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? But in this rapidly evolving world where the lines between the past and the present, the physical and the digital, are constantly blurring, it begs the question, could someone like Isaac Newton, living in the 17th and 18th centuries, have possessed USDT, the popular stablecoin? Of course, the immediate and obvious answer is a resounding no. Tether, USDT, is a cryptocurrency, a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security and operates independently of a central one bank. It was launched in 2014 by Tether Limited. Isaac Newton passed away in 1727. The technological and financial infrastructure required for cryptocurrencies simply did not exist during his lifetime. There were no computers, no internet, no blockchain technology, the very foundations upon which cryptocurrencies like USDT are built. 1. Library.fiveable.me. Library.fiveable.me. So, why even entertain this seemingly ridiculous question? Well, it serves as a fascinating thought experiment, a way to explore the monumental leaps in technology and finance that have occurred in the centuries since Newton's time. It allows us to appreciate just how far we've come and to ponder the possibilities that might have been if history had unfolded differently. Let's delve a little deeper into the world that Newton inhabited. His era was one of groundbreaking scientific discovery. He developed the laws of motion and universal gravitation, invented calculus, independently of Leibniz, and made significant contributions to optics. His world was one of quill pens, intricate mechanical devices, and a financial system based on physical coinage, primarily gold and silver. Transactions were conducted through physical exchange, and record-keeping was a meticulous, manual process. The concept of a digital currency, existing purely as lines of code and transferred electronically across vast networks, would have been utterly incomprehensible. Now, let's fast forward to the 21st century and the advent of cryptocurrencies. The creation of Bitcoin in 2009 marked a paradigm shift in how we think about and interact with money. Bitcoin's underlying technology, blockchain, a decentralized and distributed ledger, provided a secure and transparent way to record transactions without the need for intermediaries like banks. This innovation paved the way for thousands of other cryptocurrencies, each with its own unique features and purposes. USDT, or Tether, is a stablecoin. Unlike more volatile cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum, the value of USDT is pegged to a stable asset, in this case, the US dollar. This peg is maintained by Tether Limited, which claims to hold reserves of traditional fiat currency equivalent to the amount of USDT in circulation. The idea behind stablecoins is to provide the benefits of cryptocurrencies, fast and low-cost transactions, global accessibility, without the extreme price volatility that can make other cryptocurrencies risky for everyday use. Imagine trying to explain the concept of USDT to Isaac Newton. How would you even begin to describe a digital asset that has no physical form, exists on a distributed ledger maintained by a network of computers across the globe, and whose value is tied to a currency he would have understood, the British pound, in his case, though the principle is similar? It would be like trying to explain the internet to a Roman citizen. The foundational concepts, the underlying technologies, are just too far removed from their frame of reference. Consider the sheer technological infrastructure required for USDT to exist and function. We need high-speed internet connectivity, powerful computers to run blockchain nodes and facilitate transactions, sophisticated cryptographic algorithms to secure the network, and digital wallets to store and manage the cryptocurrency. None of these existed in Newton's time. Even the basic principles of electricity and electronic communication were yet to be discovered. Furthermore, the very idea of a global, decentralized financial system would likely have been alien to Newton. The financial world of his era was largely dominated by national currencies and nascent banking systems. The concept of a borderless digital currency that could be transferred almost instantly across the globe without the need for traditional financial institutions would have been revolutionary. perhaps even unsettling. One could argue, hypothetically, that if Newton were alive today, a brilliant and inquisitive mind like his would undoubtedly be fascinated by blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies. He was a pioneer in his own time, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding. It's conceivable that he would have grasped the underlying mathematical and logical principles behind these innovations and perhaps even contributed to their development. However, the question isn't about what Newton might have done if he were alive today, it's about whether he could have possessed USDT in his own time. And the answer remains firmly in the negative. The timeline simply doesn't align. The technology hadn't been invented, the financial systems weren't in place, and the very concept of a digital, decentralized currency was centuries away. This thought experiment, however, allows us to appreciate the incredible journey of human innovation. From the scientific revolution of Newton's era to the digital revolution of our own, the progress we've made is staggering. Concepts that would have been pure science fiction just a few centuries ago are now commonplace. The idea of carrying wealth in a digital wallet, instantly transferable across continents, would have been unimaginable to even the most forward-thinking individuals of Newton's time. It also highlights the importance of context in understanding technological and financial developments. USDT is not just a digital currency, it's a product of a specific historical and technological moment. It relies on a complex interplay of computer science, cryptography, economics, and global communication networks. Without these foundational elements, its existence would be impossible. So, while the image of Isaac Newton trading USDT on a 17th century stock ticker, if such a thing existed, is amusing, it's firmly rooted in the realm of fantasy. The chasm between his world and ours, in terms of technological and financial sophistication, is immense. This exploration isn't meant to diminish Newton's monumental achievements. On the contrary, understanding the world he lived in only amplifies the significance of his contributions. He laid the groundwork for much of the science and technology that eventually led to innovations like the internet and cryptocurrencies. He was a giant upon whose shoulders we stand. Ultimately, the question, does Newton have USDT, serves as a playful reminder of the relentless march of progress. It prompts us to consider how seemingly impossible ideas can become reality over time. It encourages us to appreciate the complex technological and financial landscape we inhabit today and to perhaps even ponder what unimaginable innovations the future holds. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.